Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I wanted to show you this New Year's card that I made, and I also provide a tutorial to make another one. So this is one of the twist and pop cards, and there are many different tutorials here on YouTube. I will put the link down below for the one that I used, but I wanted to make one specifically for New Year's with you. So I used this North Pole Gazette hot buy from Michaels to make this. This part on the top here was one of the journaling cards. It actually said have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So I just cut the top off because I just want it to be a New Year's card. And I used this piece of paper here that has the leaves and the little berries, and the leaves are a silver gold foiling. I had a silver gold foil cardstock that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I mounted that on here, and then I just used some silver ribbon to tie up the card. I mounted this all onto a base of burgundy cardstock, and when you open it up, it opens up like that. I cut out the 2018 from my Cricut, also with that silver foil paper or cardstock from the Dollar Tree. And then I had some black sparkly cardstock that was from Joann's that I used to make the mechanism of the card. So it folds up like that. So it's pretty cool. This is my first one that I've ever made. I kind of messed up a little bit here. I didn't get it folded right, or however it folded, it ended up tearing the pieces here, so I just taped it. So I'm hoping that the one I make for you will be a little bit better, but it still works. I mean, I'll still send it out. And then this piece down here is one of the cards from the collection as well. So I mounted that at the bottom to write my little sentiment in there. So that's that one. So for the one I want to make for you, I'm going to use this paper pad as well, but I'm only going to be using this silver and white snowflake pattern. So what you will need for this project, you will need one 8.5 by 11 paper. So I chose the soft blue. And then you will need one sheet of paper that is 11 by, let me see here, 11 by 4 1/4. And I chose a white glitter paper that's super pretty. And this is for the main part of the card, just the outside, this part here. Then you will need a piece for the outside to mount on. So that piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then you will need a piece for the inside, this burgundy piece here that is in the shape of a W. That piece is 3 by 11. Like that. And then for decoration on the outside, I had cut out a Happy New Year from my Cricut, but you can use whatever you want on the front. You can either print it out, or if you have sticker letters, you can do that as well. So I just glued these down so I knew about how big I wanted it. This piece ended up being 3.5 by 2 1/8. And then I just cut around that to have a little bit of a border. So the blue part ended up being 3¼ by about 2 and almost 2 3/8. So that's for the front. And then I have a 2018 already cut out from my Cricut with that silver paper. So I did that. If you have sticker letters, you can do that, or if you want to, you can cut them out with scissors. You like print them out and cut them out if you don't have any way of cutting them out. I have some of these snowflakes here that are stickers to use as embellishments, and I may pull in some rhinestones or sequins or something like that too. And then I have 4 sheets of the blue paper that I will be mounting on this snowflake for the inside W part, and they are 2 3/4 by 2½. So what you will want to do now is move all this stuff out, get your 8½ by 11 paper, and we are going to want to score it in half the long way. So set your paper the 11 inches this way, and we're going to score it at 5½. And I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half then. Make sure you're even. Sometimes I don't get it scored quite evenly, but like that. You can use your bone folder and get it a crisp fold. And then what we want to do next is mark your paper at 2 1/4 from each corner. So I'm going to go over to 2 1/4, and I'm going to mark it right there. Go ahead and do it on the other side. Mark it down below as well. And then you will want to mark, starting at the corner the long ways, mark it at 4 1/4. So, and you do that on all 4 sides. So measure that way, mark it at 4 1/4. Go ahead and mark it down below here at 4 1/4. And then turn your paper around and do the same thing. There, down at the bottom. Now what we want to do is cut a rectangle out of each corner where we made those tick marks. So we're going to line it up at the top, pull our cut down to here at the bottom and cut. Go ahead and move down to your bottom mark, line it up with your 4 1/4 mark there, and cut down. Turn it, line it up at your 4 1/4 mark and cut down to the 2 1/4 mark. So you're cutting that corner out. Just like that. So you want to go ahead and do all 4 corners. So now what you want to do is take your paper that you cut the 4 corners out of, line it up the long way. You need to measure, you can take a ruler, or I'm just going to use my cutting board here to measure a 1/2 inch from this corner, the middle corner. So just line that edge up with a line, go in a 1/2 inch and mark. And you want to do that on all 4 intersections on the long side, if that makes sense. Do that, flip it over, line it up again there, and then mark it at the 1/2 inch right there. So you have 1/2 inch marks all 4 sides. Now what you want to do is line your marks up at those places right at where your groove is on your paper trimmer. It's a little bit easier on this. You can try it on your scoreboard, but it's kind of hard to line up where your marks are, because you want to line it up here and where that other mark is diagonally, and use your bone folder, or if you have like a ball tool or something like that, and score it diagonally. And do that on both sides. All right, so now what you want to do, if you have marks, you can go ahead and erase those. Just like that. And now you'll want to take and fold and use your bone folder and make them crisp edges like this. And do it both directions. Go ahead and fold it the other way. That. Now, you want to take this and fold it in so it makes like a little house. I'll show you how to do that again. It folds in like that, and you're making a little house. So now we want to take this piece. I'm going to move all this extra stuff here so it's out of the way. You want your outer card and just fold it in half. You can score it, or you can just fold it like I am, like this. Use your bone folder. And now we are going to glue this or adhere it to the inside. I'm actually going to trim a little bit off of these edges so that there is a border. It's like 1/8 of an inch. A little tiny bit. All right, I'm going to use some glue here. And I'm just using tacky glue. If you wanted to use tearing tape, you could, or whatever liquid glue you would like to use. So we're going to line up the ends so there's a nice border there. Move that down there. And then fold it and give it a nice good fold over. Now it's a nice little fold. We can go ahead and decorate the outside. So I'll take your decorative piece, whatever print that you wanted. I'm going to use my glue and just glue it down. I'm going to glue this down. And then glue this whole piece down to the front of my card. I have these snowflakes here, so I'm going to put one of these here, but it's sticky, but I'm going to add a little bit of glue so it stays, because I think these are a little bit older stickers that I found in my collection. Alright, so set that aside to let it dry for a little bit. Pull in your long sheet will be fan folded into a W. And what you want to do is whatever side you want to be showing, you want to fold it in half. And use your bone folder to make a good crease. So I just went up and folded it in half like that. Now you want to take and fold into the center. I'm going to use my bone folder again. Do the same on the other side. So now when you open it, it's a W. I'm going to put a piece of blue onto each of the squares. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down with some glue here. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue down my 2018 on here. So now I'm going to take some of my snowflake stickers and glue them. I think I'll just glue one right here. I thought about putting one there, but it's not quite big enough. I wanted a little bit of a border around it. So add a little bit of glue there. Now I'm actually going to let this dry for a bit and I'll be right back. Alright, so now at this point you have your outer piece with the mechanism on the inside. As you can tell, I have messed this up, but it's okay. It'll be fine. I had to take it apart because I had glued it the wrong way. So you have that piece, you have your inside piece here. What you want now is to fold it up and have it sideways like this, and your first block is at the top with the 2. So start with it like this, line it up so there's a nice border around here. You want to put some glue on this bottom portion here, and then you will want to fold your card over and down on just that one, on that side, and just hold your finger. I'm holding it on the top of the folding part there. You can see that right down on top of the number 2, and you'll want to hold that there for a couple seconds and then let it dry really good before we move on to the other part. So we have the 2 glued down, and so when you fold it, it folds in like that and then opens up. But we want to get this piece glued onto here. So we're going to turn it upside down like this, fold that up, and pull it down underneath this part to where it's lined up again like the other side when we did that. We want to put some glue, you can open it up again, put some glue here where this mess is there. And go ahead and fold it back. Make sure that this is under that part, and then you can fold it, hold it down till it's really good and dry. So now when it opens up like that, and I think what I did, I'm going to trim this off here so that's clean, and I went ahead and did that on this side as well. I trim that little piece off, and when I had done this one, I was wanting it to be straight, and I think that's why it broke here. So I'm thinking that it's just going to be at an angle, and I think after I play with it a little bit more and make a few more, it might get better. And I'm not sure, maybe they're always supposed to be at an angle, but I think that's really cool anyways. So now it just neatly folds, and it's still intact there and on that side too. So now what I want to do is, I had some extra scraps of my snowflake paper, so I'm going to put a piece up here for a little bit of a decoration. the strip down here. Just like that. Now this is ready. I can add my sentiment in there with a marker or a pen. And then the finishing touch is to add the ribbon. So I have some silver ribbon, the same as what I used on my other card. And I'm just going to tie a bow on here. And it will be all ready. I just have to write my little note on the inside. And I can send it off. Now these are quite dimensional, so if you're sending it in the mail, you will have to pay extra postage because of the dimension. So there's that. I think the ribbon's a little bit short, but that's okay. So really cute card, and whoever receives this, I know will love it. So there's that. Hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Let me grab this other one here. You can take one last final look. Like that. Hope you have a happy new year, and we'll see you in 2018. God bless. Bye.